Hi guys, how are you? I'm wearing my Washington Mommy's sun hat. She was so dear. I absolutely loved her with all of my heart. Her name was Bev. You guys have heard me talk about Bev before. Anywho, let's have some breakfast. I'll be right back. I'm back. So the first thing I do, guys, when I come out here, lay down, Mama, is I get all the rocks out of the way. You know, who wants to sit on that? Not me. And then I always spray my poncho with bug spray so that I don't have to worry about ticks. And then they have somewhere to sit, guys. So, are you ready for breakfast? I'm trying something new again. Every time I try a new food or drink, I for some reason like to do it on video. Just to share with you my humble opinion on things. So, I guess let's get started. So guys, excuse me if you hear hammering from up by the cabin or traffic behind me or a big panting beautiful dog while we chat. So I got to show you something right off the bat. I'm going to have to do a lot of switching the camera back and forth from me to... Oh, guys, you're crooked. Hold on. You know how I feel about that. Much better. So, yeah, this video is going to be several clips put together, but it is all done within the same short amount of time on the same day. All just got to put them together like a puzzle, guys. So, got to show you the cutest thing ever. You see it? Look at it compared to a regular egg. Little quail eggs. And they're so freaking pretty. I didn't know eggs could be cute, but or pretty. Well, I did, actually. Robin eggs are beautiful. So, sorry about the glare. I had got a dozen quail eggs at farmer's market a couple weeks ago, and I was going to use them to make an outdoor cooking video. But I put them in the fridge, and the fridge was too cold and they froze, so they all split open. So I went to market yesterday and I got another dozen quail eggs. I brought 7 with me. So, they're just so cute, guys. Never seen anything so freaking cute. Well, maybe, but look at the different patterns. Some are like dotted, and some are splotchy. Aren't they neat? So, let's have some fun. You know what's really going to be fun, guys? I have cooked with just my stone, my cooking rock, and Old Faithful knife. But I can't imagine doing it with something this dainty. But guess what I did? Every single time I come out here to do a video, I forget something. And I kept saying, plate and spatula, plate and spatula. Well, I made it to the dish drainer and got the plate, but I got no spatula. So guys, we'll see what we can do with just our 2 best friends today. So, let's get started. And I will be back at the end to chat. And a little fried potatoes and onions and peppers and garlic. And yes, we grew these tomatoes. And we got Ava's breakfast and my breakfast. For those of you that don't know, Ava gets all fat and bones. I don't eat those. And Ava, there's your breakfast. Oh, sorry. Alrighty, guys. Brunch in the forest. Look at that. How awesome. Life is good, guys. It really is. Hi, guys. Doesn't it look awesome? I love this cutting board because it's also my tabletop when I'm out here. Once my propane stove cools down, I just set it on there. So, guys, I'm excited. It's got to taste like any other egg, right? I had heard that quail eggs were more healthy than chicken eggs, but Google said no. Google said has the same nutritional value. Well, at least the article I clicked on did. So let's get it over with, guys. Look how tiny. I'm just going to eat that whole thing. Well, besides that little burned piece. Tastes just like any other egg. Sorry, I forgot salt and pepper my tomato. Yeah, guys, I'm just going to eat while I talk to you because I'm starving. I cooked for the guys before I came out here, so it is what it is. I'm having to battle the bees for my food. You know what I learned about that, guys? Why bees do that when you're cooking burgers and they just try to eat your meat? Sounds disgusting. Because they're trying to feed the rest of the hive. Basically, when they do that, I think it said maybe it's in late summer. They get that meal, and then they take it back to the hive, feed the hive. Don't ask me how they do that, it's disgusting. And then they die. It's true. So they're very hungry. They're very hangry when they do that. They know they're going to die. So that's why they come after your food. Meat, actually. I see activity up at the cabin, but I'm off duty right now. So guys, hold on. I'll be right back. I'm back. So, I'm almost done, guys. It's delicious. Absolutely delicious. I usually wait and do my chat after I'm done eating, but I couldn't wait. Plus, I had to sample the quail eggs so you guys would know. And she's enjoying the T-bone out of the T-bone steak. The only other thing I noticed about the quail eggs is they have a lot lighter yolk. Kind of reminds me of store-bought chicken eggs, how they're real faded and pale. And then you get fresh chicken eggs and they're like almost orange, guys. Dang bee. Alright, I'm going to finish this. And garden tomatoes. They're so good. I'm going to try to ferment some. Bob had good advice. I told him I should freeze some, and he said no, they turn to mush. And they always do turn to mush when you freeze them. And I don't can, so, yet. So I decided I'm going to try fermenting. I did ferment one time. You are very distracting, Mama. Let me see. Sorry. She gets my leftovers, so I don't feel too bad. I tried fermenting one time, and I think I used too much salt because I'm a saltaholic, so I always put more than things call for. And that stuff was so salty that I couldn't even eat it. That's been a couple years ago. So I'm willing to try it again. Pretty sure it was my mistake. So, that was fun, guys. That was fun, and that was delicious. Oh yeah, what else I learned about quail eggs? It takes 4 quail eggs to equal 1 chicken egg. I brought 7, but I only ate 2. Ava got the rest because I don't like them that crispy. I think I had my skillet a little too hot. They're so tiny. So guys, let's chat now. No distractions. No more gnawing on bones in the background. No more bees after my steak. Table out of the way. I'm having a cigarette, so hope you don't mind. Cigarette, good old sweet sun tea, and then I gotta go to work. It's gonna be an easy day. Some days we know what we gotta do when we start, and some days we just do whatever we see that needs done. Trying to split our work up between what we need and what Bob needs, and just getting ready for winter. So, don't know where to start. Guess I'll start with I forgot to tell you guys. Actually, I did tell you in a video that I never got done. It was a gardening video. And I just got overwhelmed with the gardening, so I just kind of quit. So I still have all of those clips. Could probably put them together. I'm going to send you home if you don't stop making so much noise, Mama. So I might, I don't know, if I repeat something in one of those that I tell you in a chat now, just disregard it, or sorry for repeating myself, but That little shadow dog we got, that little cow dog, he passed away when JT went to pick me up in Illinois. And we aren't sure what it was. Thought it might be parvo, but he didn't have the symptoms of parvo. And he did foam at the mouth. Apparently, Steve found him in his kennel, and had foam coming out of his mouth. But it wasn't rabies because he had his rabies vaccination, so we aren't sure. I think he ate something poisonous because when we had made that big garden up at the by the food forest, some bags of I believe it was fertilizer or something got left around. I don't know how we did that, but we did. And then I found one that had been chewed into one day. So I think he ate something that poisoned him. And it might not have been that. That might be all natural stuff in there. I don't know. Don't know the details, guys. But there's a lot of poisonous plants and stuff, and that little dog would just get into everything. So we took a few months to recover, a couple months, and we went and got his brother because I felt like we needed to get him before that litter was gone. So James is a Toyota lover, so he named him Yoda. And he's just like Shadow, guys. He follows you everywhere, and he steals anything he can get his little paws or mouth on. He's the cutest bad dog I've ever seen. Besides maybe his brother. So yeah, we lost the little man, but we got his brother here. Baby boy Solo is just thriving. He cannot come outside though, so he's not even weaned yet, so it's not a problem. He'll probably be sold as soon as he's weaned. But since we do know that there was parvo on the property after Shadow died, Shadow had his parvo shots too. So a couple of the other animals got parvo. And Steve lost one of his dogs. He bought a couple of Akita pups. And he lost one to parvo, and we saved the other one. I wasn't a lot of help, but I tried to help. And I told him how I saved my dog that had parvo years ago. And you pretty much just got to force feed him fluids. Every time you see him vomit or have problems at the opposite end, you just go right there and just squirt bottle fluids down them. And it worked with his boy. And so he's a parvo survivor. It's very unusual to have a parvo pup survive parvo. I had a vet tell me that once. The pup I saved when my kids were young, I actually took to the vet, and she knew I didn't have much money, and she said, "You've got as good a chance of saving him as we do." She said, "You get a 50-50 chance he'll live." She said, "Just take him home, force feed him Pedialyte," and that's what I did, and he made it. So he ended up living, I think, 14 years. Pretty good. 13 or 14 years, so. Anywho, yeah, so we got a new little cattle dog. He's not as good at herding as his brother was, but he'll learn. My chickens started laying eggs. That's awesome. It's awesome when your farm animals start paying you back for all the feed you fed them. Now they're feeding us. So. Oh, and I got a rooster. I got a rooster for free. I was going to get one. They had some that were $10, and I was going to get one of them, and then I heard a rooster crowing across the street, because people that don't want to pay the $2 fee, and yes, there are people that are like that. If they don't want to pay the $2 fee to set their stand up at the market, they are allowed to go across the street and set up for free. So I heard a rooster crowing from the back of a truck, and I went to see, and the lady had 3 of them. And I said, "How much are your roosters?" And she said, "They're free." we got given a few, and then a weasel got in and got her hens. So she had 3 roosters and only a few hens. So she was giving them away. So got them for free. It's kind of fun hearing them cock-a-doodle-doo throughout the day. Plus, if things are happening that most of us know are happening, I want to be able to raise our own chickens. And hens and eggs just ain't going to get it, guys. You got to pick and choose. Do you want just eggs? Because if so, you got to keep all your hens alive and you can't eat any chickens. Or do you want meat and you want to butcher your chickens and then you got no eggs? So I prefer to have a rooster, and next spring, if meat's much more expensive, we won't have to pay other than in the form of feed, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So last I knew, Bob still had 20 hens, and I did have 6 white hens and 3 Dominique hens, which looked like a barred rock. But one hen was a horrible, horrible chicken. She was leading all the others to do bad stuff, like roost way up in the trees at night. And once the leaves fall, they're just a sitting duck up there. Okay, sitting hen, but whatever. So we got to break that habit. So we caught them all. I made a funny video of that. I'll upload it later. It's kind of hard to see because it's at night, but you'll get the gist of it. So we caught them all. We put them in a pen. We got them a rooster. And the one kept getting out somehow. And so she got butchered. JT butchered his first chicken. Kind of neat. But it had to be done. She was just insane, guys. I will never own leghorns again. They're a whole different breed. I just like them because foghorn, leghorn, but in the real world, I told my sister about them, and she told me they used to have a batch of leghorns, and they called them the Wild Bunch, and they couldn't keep them contained or controlled either, and they just ended up getting eaten by coyotes. Seems like they always find a way out. They were going in the cabin if we left the doors open. They were going on the front porch. Mainly it was that one. And you could tell because even though they all look the same, she just had the craziness to her. And she was knocking things off. She broke some stuff on my porch, and she was going in Bob's house through the screen door. And I said, it's just got to stop. So she gone, guys. She gone. Didn't feel bad at all either. I cooked some chicken that I had already thawed out that same day. My son walked in and he's like, he looked at the skillet and he looked at the chicken and he's like, is that her? And I said, no, son, I already thawed this out. This is store-bought chicken. And he said, well, where is she? It's hilarious. I said, she's in the freezer. And he said, can I take her out and put her in the fridge so I can eat her tomorrow? I said, sure. So, funny shit, guys. Funny shit. Farm life is something else, let me tell you. Funny shit. So, yeah, pups are doing great. Oh, what I started to say about Solo is he's not allowed outside. So he won't get to run around in the grass until he gets to his forever home because I'm not going to risk him getting parvo. Just not going to risk it, guys. And some of you know me, I don't trust shots 100%. So I kind of do the rabies vaccine, but the rest of them I'm just like, I'm not 100% sure that keeps you from getting it. And I mean, we have proof of that because of the old Rona. I mean, they're like, oh, get it so that you don't get sick. And then all those people were running and getting it, and some didn't get it. So I think it might be different for certain people, but many people, from what I heard, still got sick. So, what's the point, you know? I'm not against them at all. I say to each his own. But for me, I like to have a natural immunity to stuff, and I already had it, so I was sick for, I think it was about 2 days. Had the worst headache I ever had in my life. Any light coming through the curtains just made my head pound. And that was my worst symptom. And then, sorry guys, it got chilly. And then it was over and done, and I'm just not worried now, so. But, you know, my dad, that same thing would have made my dad much sicker than it did me. So, like I said, I mean, different people, bodies have different needs. We're pretty immune to stuff. So, I feel like I've covered everything, guys. I'm sure I'm forgetting something important, but I really just wanted to check in, say hi. I wanted to share cooking those quail eggs with you, let you know what I thought of them, let you know what I learned about them. 4 equals 1, guys. Ava's snoring now. Such a good girl. Someday I won't have her, so I'm glad she follows me along on all my little adventures. She's too old to protect me if something came after me, but I do think that she would sacrifice herself so that I could get away. So I'm still glad she comes along. And I think I'm going to go, guys. It's so hard for me to get away and have actual quiet time. Today is extremely quiet. I'm within eyesight of the cabin and Bob's shop, and I'm surprised we can't hear saws and wood chopping and little dogs barking. Try not to go too far by myself. I did find out, well, I already knew there was bears, but I didn't really think about the wild hog. And apparently those are just everywhere. So, not really wanting to bump into any of those. And I guess I should go. I'm yammering, aren't I? I'm rambling again, aren't I? Alright guys, I miss you. When things slow down, you'll be seeing me on your morning videos or afternoon videos or whatever, whenever I can. But right now, time is absolutely precious, and it is all about working and getting ready for winter. First and foremost. So, like I said before, I feel thankful if I can even catch somebody's video now and then or come out and do this. I mean, I could do it, but if I did, I would be letting other things go. So it's not easy for Sharon just to disappear, you know? Anyway, I miss you. I'll see you soon. I'm back. I forgot to say, I love you guys. I don't know all of you guys, but when I say I miss you, I miss you. I love you, your friends. I care about many of you. Some of you I don't know, but even people I don't know I care about. So just know that. And stay safe and stay sound. See you soon. Come, Ava.